Math 1332, Chapter 7, Consumer Mathematics, Section 3, Simple Interest, Video 5, Calculating Monthly Payments. The nice thing about this is that I kind of snuck one of these in a couple of videos ago. So let's formalize it, or rather introduce it formally with an example. A shipping company borrowed $1,200 at 9% simple interest for 1.5 years to repair a truck. Find the interest, future value, and monthly payments. Well, first, let's start by identifying all the information that we're given. They're borrowing $1,200, so that's going to be our principal. Their interest rate is 9%, so that's R, as a decimal 0.09. And our term is 1.5 years. Although it's in years, I don't like the fact that it's a mixed number, but you should know that 1.5 is the same as 1.5. Just a reminder, if you ever have a mixed number and you want a decimal, leave the whole number alone. And on the fraction, divide the top by the bottom. Whatever decimal you get, stick it after that whole number. All right, let's find all the things they're asking. Starting with the interest, so we'll call that part 1. The interest is just P times R times T. Again, very easy formula. So 1,200 times 0.09 times 1.5. And we'll let a calculator do the dirty work. And that dirty work gives us 1,200 times 0.09 times 1.5, which is 162. I didn't need a calculator for that, but the purpose of this video isn't for me to show off mental arithmetic skills. Although I challenge you to see if you could multiply them. There's some trickery in doing it that would make it easier than it seems. So the company is going to have to pay an extra $162 for the privilege of borrowing this money for 1.5 years. What's the future value? Well, that's just the principal plus the interest. I know we have other formulas that don't require the interest, but we have the interest, so why use a more complicated formula? They borrowed $1,200. They have to repay that plus the $162 interest. So if we add that, we get $1,362. And let me put some dollar signs where they belong. Give these numbers their due diligence. It's not mandatory that you do that, but it's kind of nice. Let you know we are talking about money. But for the monthly payments, we really haven't written down a formula for monthly payments. So I think I'm going to type one up real quick. There's not a variable for monthly payments. So we'll just say monthly payments is equal to the future value divided by the number of months. Makes perfect sense. You owe me this much money. You want to spread it out over so many months. Let's divide. So what is that in this problem? And we'll keep it in black. Our future value was $1,362. How many months is that? Well, to go from months to years, you divide by 12. How do you go from years to months? We're going from a larger time frame to a smaller time frame. So we need a larger value, so we would multiply by 12. Let's go back up here. 1.5 times 12 would be the number of months, and then it ends up being 18 months. It's really not that hard to figure. Half of a year is 6 months, so 1.5 is 1 year plus a half a year. 12 months plus 6 months is 18 months. So if we divide the future value by the number of months, we get our monthly payment, and to the nearest cent is, that's a dollar sign, $75.67. That's probably manageable. So monthly payments is not that hard to calculate when it comes to simple interest problems. You just ask yourself, how much do I owe you, which is the principal plus the interest, and how many months am I going to pay it out over? And then just do a division problem. Very simple.